Hello everyone, I am Chessrook44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Horizon Zero Dawn. And we have just found out what Zero Dawn was by making our way into the facility. And what we have learned, well, they knew that there was no way to stop the Pharaoh Plague from destroying the world and wiping it into a barren wasteland. So the goal of Zero Dawn, a brand new terraforming project to shut down the Pharaoh Plague and then rebuild life. By making a true AI that would work on rebuilding Earth with several other AIs under it. Gaia would be in charge, with others doing other things. Poseidon, detoxify the seas. Artemis, bring back animals. Hephaestus was meant to rebuild infrastructure and make everything that would work on making the planet habitable again. And there would be an objective to reclone all of humans in order to bring them back, and Artemis, an AI that would hold all the knowledge of the world. But there's also Hades listed among there, and we don't know what it was for. We need to go further in and find out more. Make your selection. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult, and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium-seeded habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Elysium. And 80 hours a week. Basically 16 hours... No. Oh, jeez, that's... basically 11 hours a day. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who do not wish to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. And medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, a pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Of course. Go to processing. So this is processing. Interview 2, Brad Andek.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be, atonement.
Interview 2, Suzanne
If you're still
Alpert.
nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this, but the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Oh, jeez.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Ron Felder, interview 2.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You know... Get your hands off me!
He couldn't deal with it. So the medical wing was not accessible. There's something here. Stranded shackles. What are these? This mysterious item is valuable only to the most curious merchants. Shackles made from an unknown smooth material. Is there going to be more collectibles to do in here? Looks like we got another area to investigate.
Intruder! Get her!
Fight or run.
Whatever you do, don't die now.
That's the goal. Tom Pate.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? Horrish. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this,
Power's down.
literally.
Is there
When the
another
project
route?
is done, I'll take
I've
the
done this
medical option,
before.
thank you.
Just need my
The counsellor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man.
Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Travis Tate.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Christina Suve.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Suve? Christina Suve?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Alright. Well, the door was locked. I happened to overhear that, so we gotta go restore power. Let's see. Can't get in there. Try the other side here.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in
There's a
reverse.
storage area
I don't
nearby.
get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Left, up, left, down, right. See if that's right.
Done. I should check the
Okay,
door
that
nearby.
one worked. That one is gonna need a new thing. But we can get in here.
Found
Ah,
one.
good.
Looks
Another
intact.
fuse. For little that matters. Oh, I'm out of health, but I'm full on health potions. Okay.
That should do the trick.
No, he said it was
Now let's get that
reversed.
door open.
Yep, so it's gonna be down, left, up, right, down. And down.
That did it. Door should have
Alright,
power.
there we go.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Central projects. Let's see what we learn. Oh, crap.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact. Haven't you got anything better to do?
You cannot escape our grasp.
There you go. And down you go. That wasn't too hard. Oh shit, there's another. There's several more. Oh, crap. Okay, that's two. Got three. Sneak around to get the fourth. And there we go.
Or not.
Okay, we got more. Of course, there's more.
Here. Cover, fools.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Yeah, I've cleared out what I can here. I didn't want to pick up the Deathbringer. Okay. That's the way we need to go. Is there anywhere else I can go in here?
Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
So I see. So I guess there's only one way to go, is there? Right. Time for Sobek's office. Full steam ahead from Elizabeth Sobek. To Margot Shen. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core and the Foundry Site Selection Plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Iomade Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes, so any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Ah, they're talking about the tall necks. Oh, here's something. Simulation results. From Margot Shen to Sobek. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. That's a symbol for Artemis. Okay.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. A waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it. If Hephaestus was part of a system designed to save life, why would it use cyan to make a cauldron? And churn out machines with no other purpose than to kill people?
Somehow it's gone rogue. I don't understand why or how. But whatever the reason, it explains why machines have become more dangerous over the years.
It does indeed. Okay, I do need this.
I'll tuck that away. I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Not sure which shapes you're talking about. And this will lead upstairs, it looks like. I don't really have much time left, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to finish this up. I think I'm going to have to end this episode here. I'm going to have one more episode recorded here so I can get through this. Stream's going to go a little long, those of you watching, but I need to finish this. That'll be in the next episode. Anyway, we'll finish looking through this in the next episode. Till then, I am Chessook44, also known as Falai. That is Aloy. This has been a Let's Play of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I shall see you all next time.